Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this podcast. This is Shelby.
And this is Bliss.
You've already heard us start talking, so it's fine. We'll just continue on.
I know. Yeah, I can always clip this and put it in the beginning if I need to, since we were kind of blabbing about something when it started.
I went on this rant the other day. I hate how much this world has become reliant on social media because there was this post and it utterly ticked me off where the girl was like, he's not meant for you, or it's a toxic relationship when he doesn't post you on social media.
Oh my god, I've been seeing this on TikTok, I think.
And I was like, seriously? So back then, before social media, no man loved their wife.
Nope. Love didn't exist. Social media created love.
They didn't put it in the newspaper enough how much they loved their wife or girlfriend. Nothing ever worked out. We're just being made.
Yep. No, you know they like wrote it in the sky with airplanes and like bought billboards and stuff. You didn't know that? Come on, Shelby.
God, I hate it. Because they're like, well, guys, if they have social media, they should use it for that. No, I'm a female and I don't even use social media. Like, other than like TikTok and stuff like that, but I'm not going to post my relationship crap on media.
No.
Unless, like, okay, if you're married and you have a relationship and every once in a while you do updates like, oh, we went and did this together, blah, blah, blah.
Or we're having a fucking kid, or we moved and bought a house. Like, you know, important milestones you want to talk about. But, like, these people are wanting, like, their boyfriends, though, to, like, post pictures of them, like, every week and talk about how amazing they are. And I'm like, I mean, what does that prove? That's just showing everybody else that he can post about you, but he could post that and not even fucking feel that way. Like, you know, I don't know. My whole thing is it matters more how they treat you when you're together. Now, if they're trying to hide you from their social media, that's maybe a different story. But like, if people know you guys are together, it's not a secret. He just doesn't post you every day. I think you're complaining for the fucking wrong reasons. I don't know. Those have been pissing me off too. I've been seeing those a lot on TikTok.
Oh, I went on a rant about it the other day because I just got so irritated. But it's just like
seriously, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about how they treat me just in life. Like,
actions speak way louder than words.
And the social media posts. Because I'm someone, I'm not going to post about it, so I'm not going to expect someone else to post about it.
Well, just like you texted me happy birthday, you were the first person to tell me happy birthday, and you fucking made me cry. And people don't know that because we don't post everything about our friendship on fucking the internet. Like, I don't even do that with my friendships. So, like, why would you expect your significant other to fucking post every detail? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit around and be like, oh my god, Shelby sent me this text and screenshot it and show everybody. Like, you know, there are boundaries within your relationship, and I feel like when you post too much about your friendships and your relationships online, that leaves too much room for other people's words and criticisms to get in, and you know, then that's when it's not your relationship anymore, it's the world's.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I just hate it. I think it's because I've become so anti certain social media. Like, I'm fine with YouTube, even though the cancel culture is happening, and I think YouTube is kind of dying.
I think it'll come back.
I was going to say, I think it'll also come back. I think we're just kind of in that in-between stage where it's passing from the older generation, which some are still there, to now the newer, and they're still developing, like, their personalities to become...
Oop, go.
No, you're good.
Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. I'll wait till you're done.
That was it.
Oh. I was going to say, speaking from moving from the old generation to the new generation, one of the only people that I wish that we were still carrying over was Jenna Marbles, because I wholeheartedly believe she got canceled for absolutely no reason.
Same here.
No reason.
Yeah.
Like Shane Dawson, James Charles, okay, I can understand why people are, you know, having issues with them because there are things coming out about them that are not desirable to hear about. But I can't even remember, why did Jenna get canceled? Because she did the how to make yourself hotter and shit like that back in like 2005. It
was a mix of things. Like her most popular freaking video. Freaking get out of here.
I'm like, that's what made me love her. I thought that shit was funny. That's what was funny then. Like, everybody's too damn sensitive now. Like, I'm sorry. She was being satire anyway. Like, if you don't know how to handle sarcasm, you might not make it that fucking far in this world. Just saying.
Definitely not gonna make it far with me because that's pretty much my whole personality.
Me too. Me too. But anyway, enough about the Jenna Marbles thing. I just had to throw that in there while we were talking about old YouTube.
But yeah, I think we're just kind of in that crossover period where it's being let passed on to this new generation, and it's just they haven't fully developed what they're going to be, who they are quite yet, and they're just beginning. So kind of like YouTube first coming out again. So
Yeah, except there's way more like pressure behind it now to have like really high production. Whereas when
because
YouTube
when
first started, nobody cared about that.
yeah, you just made videos for the fun of it. Now you have this expectancy of like this certain content content, and then you also have like, oh, is this going to be too sensitive for someone? Will they understand that I'm just joking? You know, and it's just too much pressure, man. Like, I'm fine with the pressure. I don't really care. If anyone's offended by something I say, well, then you're allowed to be offended. However, freedom of speech, people.
Well, they're allowed to be offended, but I'm also allowed, yeah, exactly, freedom of speech to say what I want. And I'm also allowed to not give a fuck that it hurt your feelings. Like, listen, if I don't like somebody online and I don't like what they have to say, you know what I do? I ignore them and everything they post.
Yeah,
It's really not that difficult, and if you somehow still see their shit when you don't follow them because other people you follow like their stuff and you don't wanna see it, fucking block them or something. Like, I just don't understand why because someone doesn't agree with one thing somebody does, and then that person's not allowed to exist anymore. Like, "Oh, well, they fucked up one time. Get them out of here. Done." Because if you were to bring up any of these people's past who are sitting here judging, they would have something in their past that would make them cancelable as well. So what? Just no one's allowed to be famous now? Is that where we're headed? Like I'm
pretty
confused
much.
as I don't know. And then the character development. Apparently people forget that that can happen and people can grow up and they can be smarter and make better decisions. Evidently that doesn't happen. People don't change ever. Nothing
Yeah,
about them changes. You never advance in life. You just stay an infant forever.
yeah. It's all just ridiculous.
I know. And well, I had one topic I wanted to bring up and it relates to like TikTok as well. So apparently social media has just been pissing us both off.
Oh my god, I freaking hate it. Like literally, I think within the next few days I'm gonna log out of Facebook, but I'm still gonna be connected on like Messenger because I know people get a hold of me through there. But I'm so done, and it feels so nice to not be on Instagram other than for the podcast because I don't
Yeah,
see any of that stupid crap anymore, and I don't have to worry about it. It's just kind of like I don't hear about it unless someone brings it up, and I'll say my opinion then if they want to hear it.
that's
But
fair.
yeah. And also going back to like the people getting offended, I'm never gonna say something as like trying to offend you. Like
Well,
I'm
yeah.
never gonna like physically be like, oh, this is gonna offend a lot of people, let me say it. If I say something, it's just my view, it's just my belief, it's my opinion. If you're offended about it, that's on you. Like I don't understand why people have such an issue with that. It's like
I
you're the one
agree.
that's making it an issue, so you should have the issue with yourself then.
Well, and also you could just be kidding too. I mean, that's the thing. We are both very sarcastic, so we may say something that sounds like it's offensive, but we're probably being facetious.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's just and you're right. Yeah, I agree. I would never say it on purpose to piss somebody off. I mean, unless I'm gonna say I'm pissed off about this person at this like store treated me this way, and I'm gonna call the situation out. That'd be the only time that like I would direct something at somebody. But that would be because they did something shitty first. So just be nice to me.
Or else, no.
Oh my god, I don't know. Apparently, according to TikTok, Tauruses are evil. So.
I've seen that, and I was like, I feel like they're getting these mixed up. I don't know what's going on.
Mhm. Yeah, they're
Speaking of
like, oh,
TikTok,
Capricorns are so sweet, and I'm like, I mean, they can be.
Speaking of TikTok, though, I'm gonna send you a video right now that
Okay.
saw and I don't know what else to say.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh no. Oh, it's this. I got it. Oh.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Okay. So I've seen another one of these.
Yeah, it's a
I'm I
trend.
I'm not like what is the point?
Casper. Sorry, my cat. So I think it's like another body positivity thing where it's showing like what your stomach looks like when you walk and it's normal for like jiggle and stuff. Which whatever, cool. Everyone has different body types, yeah. However, I don't want to see everyone's stomachs. But that's just me. I'm not saying I mean other people probably just don't really care. But it's just I don't get the point. We've already had the body positivity movement. We get it. Bodies are beautiful. But why do we keep stretching it out and then why are we doing this?
Exactly. Oh, I mean, okay, I guess whatever works. I don't
I
know.
know. Yeah, I don't know. But I also think people are twisting the body positivity movement. I was talking about this with Diane the other day or yesterday. That people, I feel like, are taking the body positivity movement as an excuse in some sort of way. This is the way I'm seeing it. Because, yes, all bodies are beautiful. You should be confident in like who you are, what your body type is, because everyone has different bodies. 100% agree with that. And that should be the statement. Like, that's what people should be focusing on. However, if you are just simply unhealthy, like me, and need to lose weight, be confident in the body that you have now, but also do things to work towards an even healthier and better body. So that not only you can like have less risk of like diabetes, heart disease, and stuff like that, but you're still confident in your own skin. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of
I feel like they're just trying to accept, oh, you are extremely overweight, but you shouldn't do anything about it. You should just be happy about it. I'm like, no, that's sending the wrong message. But
you know,
I'm not saying everyone's doing that. I'm just saying I've seen a few videos that have been like that and people talking like that, and I'm like, no, no.
no, I understand. And my standpoint on this has always been if you go to the doctor and your doctor tells you that you are unhealthy and you need to do something to be healthy, that isn't them body shaming you. That is them
No.
telling you literally what is good for your health. And I have seen people freak out about their doctors telling them that they should probably lose some weight. And I'm like, I feel like that's not coming from a place of hatred. I mean, they're a medical professional. They're just doing that so you don't have like heart failure or something, like just yeah, I don't know. And I understand how it would hurt your feelings, but
Yeah.
I do agree. I mean, everybody's bodies are beautiful, and while people are on the journey to changing themselves, if that's what they choose to do, then they should love every stage of that journey because you only get to be yourself. I mean, you only get to have your body. So as long as you enjoy it. But yeah, if you're unhealthy, then
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, that's up to your medical professional and that's up to you to decide. It's not up to somebody else to tell you you're unhealthy either, but whatever works.
I mean, like,
I
I
see your
never
point.
like it when my doctor says, like, oh, you're overweight. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware. You think I look in the mirror and, like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
the skinniest being ever? No. But I'm aware of it. And also, like, because I have PCOS, I have higher, like, risk of heart disease and all that. So now that I'm out of school, I can actually freaking take time.
Now I gotta add your health to the list of things I'm gonna fucking worry about.
Well, it's not until, like, later. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
I'm so convinced.
no, it's a stupid PCOS. But now that I'm out of school, I can actually take more time to go to the gym more often.
Well, don't you
And
have
actually,
to be careful because of your back too?
yeah. So I'm screwed in a lot of ways here.
That's what I mean. Like because you had to have back surgery, you're kind of
Yeah. I mean, I
yeah,
can
I
still
know,
do
in
things,
between a rock and a hard place with that.
but there's also when you have PCOS, doing like extreme hardcore workouts do not work for us.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's actually works on our bodies. So it's actually, we do like alternatives to these certain exercises. I know with like crunches, you do it on like your forearms instead of, or not forearms. What am I thinking? Not crunches. Um, what do you call those? Mountain climbers? Those. Um, Instead of like on your hands, you do it on your forearms. Yeah, it's like it's the same thing, but in like a simpler form. But you still
Okay.
get like the results that you need. It's basically at a slower pace, which sucks because you want things like you want to lose weight and stuff at like a good pace. But when you have PCOS, it's harder because PCOS makes you gain weight a lot faster than a normal body type. Unless you're on the other side of the spectrum where you're just underweight, which is very rare. It's usually overweight.
Yeah, there's not very many people anymore that are underweight, I would say.
Mm.
You have to be really, really small because even before I was pregnant, I wasn't underweight. So, I mean, you would have to weigh like, I don't know, under 100 pounds or probably 100 pounds, depending on your height. If you're like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", you're about 100 pounds, you're probably underweight.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Oh, you can hear me crunching. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're fine.
I have ice.
So, the other TikTok thing that I wanted to talk about was TikToks love to diagnose people's mental disorders because I keep getting these random TikToks that show up on my For You page, and it's like, did you ever do this? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, you could have ADHD. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, here's the thing. These ADHD ones keep popping up on my fucking timeline, and it's stressing me out because ADHD and anxiety have so many similar symptoms anyway that it's like, how do you determine that? Like, because a lot of times I feel like anxiety goes hand in hand with ADHD anyways, and I just don't appreciate false diagnoses on my For You page 10 times a day every day.
Right, because it gets you in a mindset that's not really, it's really negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you kind of have to ignore that, because, I mean, they're technically not wrong. Like, if you do certain things, you could have ADHD. Oh, I have the picture I sent you.
Yes.
He's being an ill.
That's so funny.
He's trying to, like, chew on the little stand and everything.
What
For
a
those of
little
you
stinger.
No, for those of you wondering, if it'd be funny if Bliss could actually put this up on the thing so that you could see what the photo I sent.
Oh
But
yeah,
my
I can
cat,
do that.
yeah, I was gonna say there's a photo I sent Bliss of my cat, and he kind of has just taken over my podcast area. And so now,
Casper.
I don't know, he's a pain in the butt, but
Yes,
whatever.
he is. He's evil.
He is. But he is getting nicer, surprisingly enough. So usually he would never be this close to me.
Even you, really?
Yeah, I mean he likes his space. He's definitely a cat.
Mm,
Oh, yep.
fair.
I petted him and he attacked me, so
Oh, he's like, I don't want any attention. I just want to be right here. What do you mean?
hold on, here I'm gonna do something. Mm. Okay, yep. Okay. I'm gonna send you the video I took.
Okay.
I tried to like poking his paw and he tried to attack it.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, mental health. So although they're technically not wrong, it could be a sign. They can't officially say that you have ADHD. So if they're saying you have it, then that's wrong. But if they're
Well,
saying
you
could,
might have ADHD. Yeah.
that's when you have to just go and consult an actual therapist and have it diagnosed.
Well, then
There are
maybe I need to
times
make
for
an
me where
appointment.
I know. Well, I was gonna say there are times for me where no, Casper, get off my laptop. Oh my god, this cat. Um, but there are times for me where I seriously think I might have ADHD. But then I think back, well, I know, even though I haven't been diagnosed, I know I have really bad anxiety. We've all heard the stories from. Um,
Oh, you are stressed and have anxiety? Shelby, that's news to me. I've never heard of this before.
No, it's not like I totally panicked and had a mental breakdown during a presentation or anything. Um, but yeah, so I think, well, maybe I do have ADHD because I do have a lot of the symptoms. However, a lot of the symptoms also align with anxiety.
Anxiety,
I think
yeah.
me, I don't. I don't know.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I necessarily have trouble focusing, which is like a major sign of ADHD. Like, if
Mm.
I am really motivated to do something, I can sit down and get it done in one setting, no problem.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ADHD. It's probably just anxiety. But still, then I'm like, how bad is my anxiety then if all these ADHD symptoms are like
Yeah.
aligning with my anxiety? I don't know.
I first got nervous about it because I have a trouble with like watching movies. I get like my legs start shaking and I have to get up during a movie because I feel like I constantly have to move. And I can't just simply like relax and watch a movie for an hour and a half. So I was like, well, maybe because my legs are moving, so I'm like, maybe it's just like ADHD coming into play. But then I was like, no, that's also anxiety because you also feel like you have to constantly be moving.
And doing
Um,
something, yeah.
the laptop, which God,
Oh, is Casper typing to me?
he's probably trying to. Oh yeah, I'll send you what he sent or what he typed.
Okay.
That-
He put a frowny face.
With a tear. Oh my God,
That's so spot on. That's literally Casper.
it is. Oh, he knew what he was doing.
That's so funny.
Oh jeez, interesting cat.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my God. But yeah, I do stuff like that. And then like sitting here since I'm talking, I'm fine. I'm not distracted. However, if I'm just simply doing something around the house, like doing laundry, I easily get distracted with other things I need to do.
Yes.
So,
Like I was coming in here to turn the computer on, and on my way to turn the computer on, I had to put away all the clean dishes out of the dishwasher and put the dirty dishes into the dishwasher. And then I had to stop by the bathroom. And then I forgot my water cup, so I had to go grab that. And then I was chilly, so I had to put on my robe. And it's
mhm.
just I was like, why do I gotta do 10 things on the way to do something else?
No. And then like I'll pick something up. I'll be like, oh, I need to take that into the other room on my way to like go out in the garage to do my laundry because unfortunately my laundry like washer and dryer area is out in the garage. But yeah, I'll pick up something and be like, oh, I need to take this to this room. Well, then I go outside to continue to do the laundry. But then by the time I come back inside, I have this thing in my hand and I'm like, what am I doing with this? Like, what am I doing? But yeah, or I'll forget it in the garage. And then I'll come back like an hour later and find it and be like, oh yeah, I was going to put that in the other room.
That's the worst, whenever you leave it somewhere else and forget about it, because then later on you find it and you're like, why the fuck is this here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, were you gonna talk about that story that had to do with school?
Cool.
Or
Damn.
I
Now
didn't know
that
if you
I'm
wanted to. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're not tied to the school anymore, so
Oh, by the way, graduated. I graduated. Woo!
congratulations, Shelby! I need to find like a round of applause sound and put in right there.
Um, but yeah, finally graduated. Totally, totally happy about that because I am exhausted mentally. Even though I know for these next 2 months I'm gonna feel like I have something I have to be doing. It never ends. It's like trauma.
Yeah, because you're so used to being so busy that if you don't like fill up that free time with something else, you're gonna be antsy. I get it.
Oh yeah, every day I've been to work since school ended. I keep thinking to myself, all right, what do I need to do when I get home? Then I realize I have nothing to do, and I'm like, no way. It's like an everyday surprise for myself.
Yeah, because basically you're like keeping things up around the house, and then you've got to work, and that's
Yeah, that's it.
it. Which I told
It's,
Nick, I was like, I'm so excited because now we can maybe get like a grind going with the podcast since I'm working from home and she doesn't have school. She has more
yes.
free time. I was like, we can finally get like a groove going again.
And then I've also been looking into affiliate marketing so that we can start maybe making money through it. Um,
Sweet.
Yes. So I know it's pretty simple, but I also just don't want to go in blindly. I want to know what I'm doing with it. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
because I've heard about it before, and I took a webinar on it a long time ago, and I completely
I
forgot.
remember that.
Yeah. So I need to do another one or something, or just look on the internet and see what it says. But yeah, I'm looking into that. So yes, hopefully we can get a grind going on this because I really want this to pop off.
Me too.
Not like huge. I mean, if that happens, cool, but just enough to where I can quit my job.
No, seriously. Some kind of like money stream.
So to all potential listeners, please like and share and comment and
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, thanks.
thank you.
Help 2 young 23-year-old women start their lives.
There's no reason to hide it. Y'all know that's why we do it.
Well, and I mean, okay, so
Enjoy
basically
it.
we're posting the conversations that we have anyways, just online for everybody here. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, we're doing something that we love and would do anyway, but I mean, we're posting it to make money. Otherwise, we would just talk to each other. I mean,
I hate it when they're like, "Oh, we just do it for fun," and we're like, especially now. Back then, 100% could see it because at the time, YouTube was just now profiting people who constantly uploaded videos. But now, people started to start a career. Like,
exactly.
so don't stop lying. Just say this is what you want and this is your goal. This is what you want to do in your life. Oh,
I know. It wouldn't be bad to get like a side income going. I mean, I'm debating on whether I want to do general studies online or whether I want to do that interior design program certification thing
do
in the
your
fall.
let me tell you, do your interior design thing. General studies is a waste of your effing time.
I know, but I don't want to go to traditional college until I have something like for sure set out. I think I was talking to your mom about this actually at your graduation party.
But yeah, I don't know. I say go for the interior design because also you can tie that into this career, as in like because I know you're going to be doing a family channel in a way when Noah is born.
True.
So why not add a playlist or even another channel that to bring in money of interior design? So when you have like a house, like oh my god, we could become house flippers.
Oh fuck. Oh my god, Shelby, do you know how fun that would be?
Yes, that's been a dream is to be a house flipper. I love doing that. I love looking whenever I see an old house, my mind goes crazy because I'm
Oh
like,
yes.
I want to
Because
take
you
that
love
house
the
and I see the
character.
potential. Yes, and I see the potential in it. I'm like, oh my god, I could do so many things with the house.
Yes. Because I'm
Yeah.
so tired of businesses, no offense to Schuber Mitchell, because we almost bought one of their houses. But like I'm so tired of like major chain like housing
Hmm.
businesses like Schuber Mitchell coming out and building like 6 different developments in one city of neighborhoods that all look the same. Like I love old houses that have like character and different architecture that you can then make modern on the inside so you get the benefit of something unique and different from the past but also that modern twist that makes everything more convenient, like, cool shit on the inside, like electronic things. But
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, old Victorian homes. That is like, ooh, I love them.
I could totally see us doing that because I love like I won't do like the the electrical stuff or anything, but I
Oh, no,
love
no.
building. I love painting, and I love like moving things around and organizing. And even though I don't have a degree in interior design, I think I have a pretty good eye for what I want when I get an idea.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'd probably leave most of it to you, but then every once in a while I'll be like, well, this would look good too.
Well, we both have a little bit of different styles too, which would be where we could bring in, like, I don't know, like, you have a more, I don't know, I
A
don't have a
mix. I'm a
style.
weird one. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, hi, Riley. Hi, Riley's trying to give me a hug. Hold on. Hi, baby boy. What do you
Modern
want?
boho, maybe that's what I would say.
I could see that for you. Which if someone came to me and I was doing a house and they're like, well, I want the interior to be modern boho, I could easily do that. I know exactly what that is.
True.
And I could get an eye for it. However, if they're like, do what you think will look good in this house, girl, I can do anything. You want country?
Oh
I
my
got
gosh.
country. You know, it depends on the person's style.
That's my dream, is for someone just to give me tons of money. So that way I can just go in and decorate their house however I perceive that it would fit that home. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I would love that.
Because, like,
Oh,
right now, my room is more of like a. It's not modern, but it's an industrial look. That's where I'm going with my room. Because there's the metals and then there's like a gray wood in there, so it's like a modern industrial look a little bit.
yeah, I like that you mix the elements a little bit too. You've got wood and you've got metal in there.
Yeah. Did I
I
show
like
you my
your
new
style.
dresser that I'm getting?
You told me about it, but I'm not sure if you showed me it.
I don't think I have a photo, unfortunately. Actually, I could find it. But it's both gray wood. It's like a medium gray wood with black metal. Or no, it's like a. I want to say it's black metal, but it's a darker metal. But it's definitely industrial.
Like probably what they would call espresso, like the really dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where you can barely tell it's brown, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm like, you might as well call it black, but okay.
But they won't. You're like, why? It's basically black.
Well, just like they call green chartreuse sometimes, and I'm like, why we gotta fucking be extra like that? Just call it green, bitch.
I instantly go to blue, like a teal blue. I don't know why, but that's where my mind goes to. I know that's not what it is, but
Or crimson. I'm like, it's red.
yeah, it is just red. So Crimson Pink, like that movie with Tom Hiddleston. Like, why don't you just call it Red Peak?
Yeah,
It
that was a good. That was well, I don't know if it was good. It was okay.
was an okay movie, but I only watched it because it was Tom Hiddleston, and I have like an unhealthy thing for him. I don't know why, but I do.
My
Um,
uncle Derek wanted to watch it for his birthday, so we all went to the theater to watch it. And it was actually
uh,
decent.
yeah, I liked it. Other than the incest part, that was very uncomfortable. But you know,
I mean, you know,
spoiler if you haven't seen it, even though it's been out for years.
yeah. Well, you gotta think about where we live too. If you go too far south where we live, I mean, you might find some of that happening.
True.
No offense. To those
Offense taken.
somebody's probably offended. They don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh my god, I hate when they want all my info. It's like, no, I just. Oh, here we go. Okay. But yeah, I think if you got that degree in interior design, we could easily make it on uh, a YouTube thing. And people would love it. People love interior design.
That's true. It's big right now. I've noticed that, and then like organizing, like when people get the organizers and organize their house, like people love to watch. I mean, well, I've been loving to watch that stuff. I don't know if everybody else is, but
Yeah. Okay, it's a gun smoke dresser, but it looks more brown on here, but it's not brown, and I don't know why it looks brown. Because in real life, it does not look brown at all.
when are you supposed to be getting it?
Early June, so sometime in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Well, hopefully it's after the second, because I'm not even gonna be in town after this until after the second.
Why?
My mom actually has a week off, and we didn't realize it, and we're gonna go up to Kansas City for a bit, for a
Oh,
few
that's
days.
why she was trying to nag you and see what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which we couldn't
Have
figure it
fun.
out. We couldn't figure out what we want to do, and then yesterday I just got irritated, and I was like, "We're just gonna go Kansas City, okay?"
Go to some cool like crystal shops or something if they have that. Well, you're going with your mom. Are you gonna be able to get her to go in anywhere like that?
Yeah, but I don't know. We were trying to figure out things to do.
I know
There's a
there's
couple
tons of
things.
food options, so I mean, you guys will not have to worry about that.
Yeah, no.
Do some barbecue while you're up there.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I don't like barbecue.
Shelby! Oh my god.
No.
Barbecue
Like
brisket sandwich.
I'm not against it. It's it's not like I'm against it and I think it's disgusting. It's just not like my first pick when I eat
Fair.
out. But I
Oh
told my
no.
mom because I know Kansas City's known for their barbecue. I was like, we'll go eat at some barbecue places. I'll just get chicken tenders. It is fine.
Me, whenever I don't like where we're going. Do they have
Yeah.
chicken tenders?
So, but what was it? I don't even know. There's like this sanctuary that's actually free, and I was excited. Um, what was it? Ernie Miller Nature Center, and they have like exhibits and stuff of animals that you can find there that
Oh,
they've caged, which sounds terrible, but they're
yeah.
healthy. Fine. It's some of the one I think they rehabilitated them and they made it a gallery so that you can come and see them without having to worry about them biting you, like snakes. um but you can also hike. There's like a hiking trail there and it's all free. So I'm just like
Perfect.
I was like, I get to bring my walking sticks. It's gonna be great.
You love to hike.
It's like a
You
guilty
haven't been
pleasure.
able to go in a while.
I know. It's been
I miss
upsetting.
it.
Maybe that is why my mood's been so negative. I haven't been able to hike.
Well, maybe. Well, and honestly, I think that school was really taking a lot out of you. Like every time we were together, I didn't want to be like, Shelby, are you okay? Because I didn't want
You
you to be
knew the
like, why
answer.
well, yeah, that, but I didn't want you to be like, why do I look like shit? Because it wasn't that, but I could just tell that you were so worn out every time I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
you since the semester has started, especially. So,
This semester dragged me. I just got to the point where I was like, if I get a D in every class, then that is fine. I just I just want to graduate.
like, I just want
Although,
to get the fuck out of here. I'm done.
yeah. Although I know I did not get a D in every class, but
Well,
I
no, I
just
would
like
never expect that from you. You would literally have to not try for you to get a D in every class, I feel like.
I know, but like it got to the point at the very beginning. It got to the point where I was doing everything like right before it was due. Every assignment was turned in like an hour to 30 minutes before the assignment was originally due. When I used to be the person where I would have it done days before it was due. So that just tells you where like my situation I was in this past semester.
Not only that, but not that you hate your job, but you don't like love it either.
Yeah, no.
'Cause that's not
It's a
really helping.
it's a tolerable job. I mean, like
It could be
there's
worse.
yes. And even though we all get our little, well, it's more of we all have things about each other that we're annoyed with, but it's stuff that we easily live with, and we just know it's part of their character. So we're just like, oh, why do they have to do that? But we know they're just gonna do it again. Like there's no winning. It's
That's
just more
exactly how it
griping.
felt working there, yeah. But it
Yeah.
gets to the point though that after you deal with that for a while, the money is just not enough to deal with that.
Oh no. Okay, I'm so happy I did not work Tuesday.
Why?
So not
Corporate came?
only, huh?
Not corporate. Did
LP.
well, yeah. Okay.
Not only was LP there right when Amanda opened,
She's
but
nice
then
though. That lady's nice.
oh no, it was Jason this time, which Jason is nice too.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Jason this time. So there was that. Our shipment no longer comes in the morning on Mondays. It comes at 5 o'clock. We close at 7. At 5 o'clock in the evening on Mondays.
So you guys get to unpack like maybe 2 fucking boxes before the store.
And then Tuesday is now our actual freight day of getting things out. So it's Tuesday, tons of freight in the back, hardly anything open. Jason walks in, a crack at friggin' dawn when we open. Then Kim shows up.
Oh god. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
hate doing freight when Kim was there. Oh my god. Hated
yeah,
it. Because you have to do it at the front of the fucking store.
yeah. It's stupid. So then there was that. It was busy because some reason here in the Midwest, everyone decided that Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are the days to shop instead of like Friday,
On the
Saturday, and
weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Because no one's working. So that's a whole nother thing. So yeah,
Well, they
there's
will be in
that.
June. Just you wait.
I know. I'm excited about that. Finally, people can stop being lazy. Anyways, so yeah, so there's all of that. It was busy as all get out. they could not like when I went there when I worked yesterday on Wednesday, they still had like clothes for us to hang, and I had to do all the jewelry and everything. So, because also it was almost 300 boxes. So,
Are you kidding? That is like a double shipment.
oh yeah, and so, then to find out they went through the whole LP thing where you had to answer the questions and everything. Then Jason said, "Oh, this isn't a scored audit."
What?
He's
So why
like,
the fuck was he there?
exactly, because they had to turn around. Casper, really? They had to turn around, and then Tiffany has to come back and do a scored audit. It's like, then why were you there? Just to make sure we're doing our job? You know we do our job. What are you talking? Like, come on. So, but I was like, I'm so happy I did not work. Because then, they had a lady, well, one of our regulars that they can't stand, was in like 15 minutes before they closed, and they were already irritated for the end of the day.
Is it
She
who I
walks
think
in.
it is?
Does it start with a J?
Yeah.
So she walks in, and Amanda goes, "Oh, how are you? We're close in 15 minutes." And she's like, "Oh, good." And Amanda goes, "Yeah, I'm really wanting to go eat dinner." Trying to say, like, please leave.
She didn't care, did she?
No. And then Diane did the same thing, saying, like, she wanted to go eat dinner. They've had a rough day, blah, blah, blah. But of course, because she thinks she's, like, one of our best customers, even though she's rude. And anyways.
It's not Jerry, is it?
Yes, that's the one.
Wait,
and
but I thought Jerry was nice. The old lady?
There's two different Jerrys. There's two different ones. There's a good
that's
one,
why
then
I'm
there's
getting
the
confused.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So they get her out right like 2 minutes before 7. Well, there was another lady in there, and she heard all this go down. So she decided to be the B word and stay till after 7. And Amanda went over there and asked, well, we're closed, and we actually can't be staying here long after we close because we don't get paid. Like, we literally do not get paid.
Yeah, they stopped paying you guys 30 minutes after close, right? 15 minutes?
I think so. Because we're never there longer than 15 minutes after unless a customer is keeping us there.
I think it used to be 30.
I don't know. But yeah, we don't get paid the extra time that people think. They're like, oh, at least you're getting paid extra. No, we're not, actually. So leave.
Oh my god, yeah. I hate when they say that because then I'm like, no, we don't get paid extra.
Business work. So we don't get paid enough.
What?
So
or whenever whenever fitting rooms used to be open and they would take a bunch of shit back and they'd be like, oh, well, you'll make good commission off this. We don't make commission. Oh, you guys don't make commission here? No. So everything we do to help you, we don't get paid extra for. We're getting paid minimum wage to wait on you like a servant, and you're still treating me like shit. So
yeah. Oh, even though I got everyone on this little kick where every person that tries on, we tell them that anything that does not work, you put on a hanger and you bring it out. I make sure, like, it's part of my script. Because I'm like, I'm not picking up after people.
Are fitting rooms open again?
2 open. Every other one's open. Out of the 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so basically no fitting rooms then.
Yeah.
Because if T shows up, then that's one filled for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but then there was another lady that left that was still there after Jerry. And Amanda went up to her and said, well, we're closed. Is there anything we can help you find? She literally says, well, I'm trying to find a top to match a pair of black pants.
Anything.
That's when you know that she's just trying to waste your time, knowing that you're closed and you want to go home. If you did that to her, if she was working, she would have probably been pissed off.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't affect them, so they're gonna do whatever they want. People piss me off.
Pepper? No. Stop typing. Okay. Let's see what he typed this time. If he's up there. But yeah, it's just he didn't type anything this time. How interesting. But yeah, people are the worst.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, especially around where we live. Like, I don't know. Like, we have people here that are still, like, genuine, like, old school, nice, sweet people. But then we just have these other grouchy people who just want to make your life the living hell.
Well, like
That's what they aspire to do.
that one lady that came in at peak like COVID shit and was surprised she had to wear a mask, and I was just there visiting you, and it pissed me off enough to where I was like, okay, you haven't left the house ever in the last fucking 2 months, like where have you been, bitch? Seriously.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and don't get me wrong, this is gonna cause some controversy, but I'm not a huge fan of the masks. I don't really think they do much of anything, for being honest. But like when you walk into a business and the business requires you to wear it, that is the business's policy, and it is the employee's job to enforce it at that point, because that was peak and we could, I think, then.
Yeah,
But it's
and we're
like
under a mandate. So when you're under a city mandate, you can require it.
exactly. And if they require it, usually they provide masks for you too. So
We
why
just
is she well, you know. But like why
evil.
is she fucking I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like some people literally wake up and choose that they're gonna make everybody's life a living hell that day. They're like, ah, that's my mission.
Right.
And they
Oh.
they go shopping. They go into retail stores and they go into fucking restaurants and they're like, you know what? Let's make this person's day a living hell because they make minimum wage and that's already not bad enough for them. It's like
Yeah.
they. Uh.
Some people are just the worst.
Well, and then you've got people bitching about, you know, oh, service jobs like that are only for teenagers and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And then when nobody was working,
Mhm.
you know, like kind of still happening like right now. I was trying to figure out a nice way to put it, but there's really not a way to put that. But when, you know, nobody was working, they were like, we'll even hire kids that are, oh, I think they said like 15. One
Yeah.
place was even saying they were gonna hire some people that were like 15. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm sorry. You're advertising for 15-year-olds? Wait, does this mean that adults used to work there before? Wait, so does this mean that people's misinterpretation that only teenagers work at these jobs is
Mhm.
incorrect? Wow." I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think that working at McDonald's is your life's dream and what you should do forever. But I mean, if it's what you've got to do to make ends meet, at least somebody's working.
Right. Like, and I get pay isn't that great, you know, and but also it depends on the cost of living and where you live. So
That too.
minimum wage goes up with the economy. So if you live in Missouri, for instance, your minimum wage is going to be very low because Missouri has like an average cost of living. However, if you go to California,
Mm.
you're going to be paid a lot more an hour. However, the cost of living is so much more than you would have in Missouri.
That you can't live off minimum wage in places like California, unfortunately.
And,
Not without like
you
six
know,
roommates.
yeah. And, like, I agree, it sucks. It's a crappy situation and it's hard. But you got to think if we keep raising minimum wage, other things are going to raise as well. And therefore, we're not going to afford anything, and it's all going to stay the same. So when we get paid, like right now, like 10 something an hour, and milk is like, what, $1, $2 something?
Actually, hang on, let me check because I have my grocery order in the cart ready to order for tomorrow morning. Let me see. I'll be able to tell you how much milk is. Um, for 2 gallons, it's 6.32, so it's probably about like 3 something for a gallon.
Okay, because you got two. Yeah, okay, so it's 3 something per gallon, and minimum wage is around 10.65, I think, right now here in Missouri.
You can buy
And
about 3 gallons of milk an hour of work at minimum wage.
that sucks. However, up our minimum wage. So let's say we go up to 15. Guess how much milk is going to go up to?
Like $4 or
Probably around,
$5.
or even 6. See,
Yeah.
and yeah, and to pay that much, if that doesn't help, businesses will start cutting people. So then
Which
that
they're
means,
already doing. Like Walmart's already doing that.
and some of them are going to strictly self-service.
Yeah.
Which that even eliminates jobs. Um, So you do that, and then the business will either falter because no one's going to have the money to pay because they don't have a job. It's this domino effect that also comes in full circle. Because I saw something about how this works and how it tears back to the fact that we're not being paid enough. Well, here's the thing. You're still saying this is a full circle thing, and it's just a domino effect because if we can't pay more than a certain amount for minimum wage because of the cost of living and all of that, and so that we don't have to raise prices of not only product, but also risk losing employees, well, then we can't be raising minimum wage. It's just the constant domino effect where there's no perfect solution.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That
And
this
it's
is
just
the
it's never ending because I remember watching this video. Go
no,
ahead.
you're good. I was just gonna say that's the one thing about well, not the one thing, but like just something about our economy that I have a hard time wrapping my head around is like I understand where people think that we aren't making enough money, but you're right. At the same time, everything else goes up at the same with
Mm-hmm.
minimum wage, and so then it's like there really is no winning, which is why everybody preaches college, but then you go and get a degree and you put yourself in debt, and then you have to get an entry level job, which is barely paying you more than minimum wage. So then it's like you've got to put yourself 10 steps behind to get ahead, and it just makes it hard.
Right. But again, there's no perfect solution to this. I mean,
No.
it does. Okay. Here's the thing though with college. If you know exactly what you want to do, college is going to help you. It's going to be worth getting your degree. It's going to be worth all that time. And then even it's going to be worth starting at the barely above minimum wage job. Because eventually you are going to work your way up to where you can pay off those loans easy.
That's true.
However, if you don't know what you're doing, don't waste your time. I'm just and college isn't meant for everyone. I 100% agree with that because some people, I mean, take YouTubers for instance. If you really want to get a degree in editing to make yourself better at the job, go for it. However, you don't need the degree to be able to do it. You can learn yourself.
Yeah, there's
So,
so many things that people are doing now, like the younger generations, to like hustle and make money. But it's
mhm,
okay, here's like a kind of a I'm gonna spiral off into something a little different, but it's like to the point where they think that any hobby they have needs to be profited off of. But I think that then therefore takes away the passion from everything that you like to do as a hobby because you're making everything a job. So then you don't really do anything for fun, and I do see where you make something that you enjoy into a job, but you also still need to have other sub hobbies that are just hobbies. And
for a
people are
hobby.
like not doing that. They're like, "Oh my God, if I can, you know, fart in a jar and sell it online for $10, I'm gonna do that." And then it's
Then
like,
all these people
I,
want your fart in a jar, and now you have to worry about farting so much.
I lots of Taco Bell business, I guess. But it's just like I don't know. I respect the hustle, I do. Don't get me wrong, and I'm so happy that there are so many other avenues people can take to make money to survive nowadays. But
Mm-hmm.
my only advice is please do leave some things for hobbies. I mean, say you like art and then you want to profit off that, that's fine. But then you like to sing too, and then you're going to go and profit off that also. But then you like to dance and you're going to go and profit off of that also. Then you don't have anything left that you can do in your free time that you're not trying to make a profit off of. And then you basically just turn everything into work. I don't know. I feel like that's a little unhealthy, but
Yeah,
you know.
and I mean that's what I've thought about that because that's what makes me nervous about. Hold on, guys. Maybe cucumber. Okay, we're good. I don't know why that works, but it does. Um, but I love traveling. We all know this. I love hiking. I always thought about starting like a hiking slash travel, vlog or whatever, and I always thought people would enjoy it. However, I think about that and I'm like, well, then I'll also be working. So will I enjoy it as much because I'm constantly having to hold a camera? And then on my off time when I'm not hiking or not traveling, I'm sitting there on a computer, uploading these videos that I took while traveling. So will there ever be an actual break where I can just enjoy it?
Well, I think
So,
that's where a lot of like vloggers they'll go on a trip for a week and they'll vlog maybe 2 or 3 out of those days. and they'll just try to make sure to get enough footage in those days that they can make a video out of it that looks like they vlogged every day, and then you still get half the vacation where you're able to like enjoy
it.
yourself. Yeah. Because if you think about it, say you get sponsored to go, so you do have to make a video on it. I mean, A, free trip, business expense, and
People out there
B,
that may be listening,
huh?
please sponsor a video for me
Yeah,
to
no
go
shit.
anywhere.
I'll come too.
Yeah.
But like literally, oh shit, lost my train of thought. Pregnancy brain. Oh fuck.
Sorry, traveling if you get sponsored.
Oh yeah. So you would only have to record like a certain amount of things, like whatever events that you have to go to for that brand because of that, because they took you on the trip. You could just record all of that and then maybe put like you getting ready for the trip and you coming home from the trip at the beginning and the end, and then that's a whole fucking video of a trip and you only really had to vlog like 2 days and only the events that the brand sponsored you for. So I mean, which people don't always love to watch, like sponsored things, which brings us back to people are doing it to make fucking money. It's their job. Why are you mad they're making money? But anyway.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
But there are so many different things you can do. And I mean, if you vlog it, whether you get sponsored or not, you can count it as a business expense on your taxes because you were technically working if you were vlogging it.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of little loopholes to make it like worth it, but if you don't get enough footage and then you end up having to vlog the whole trip, then I can see where that would kind of take the fun out of being able to travel, which we'll see if we ever get to do anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Mhm.
Yep. I keep telling myself, okay, tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna start vlogging. And then I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to move.
This weather is not helping though. These fucking storms the past 2 weeks.
I know. Oof.
Are you so wait, you worked yesterday, you worked today. Do you work tomorrow too?
Yep.
Ugh,
Not till
damn.
3:30. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other reason I wasn't talking about you at the just can't cut that out. The school at the time. Was because there has been tons of the administration has been known to ignore either ignore or try to hide things that have happened. So there have been cases where people I know have been molested and sexually assaulted, and they would go to the administration and they would try to hide it, and then tons of people would hear about it, like especially if you're involved in a sport, and they would look at you like you were just a victim or that you were lying, and they would be bullied out of school. So, yeah. So there was tons of things, and first I was like, well, it's hearsay, and this person is telling me, and again, I'm only getting one side of the story. However, when I told this to the editor-in-chief at the time of the school paper, that person has said that they've also had people come to them about it, but they couldn't release it in the school newspaper. So that's when I knew that these things were happening and the school was hiding it. Nothing pisses me off more than the fact of knowing that a school is so chicken shit to hide behind their power of these serious cases instead of just taking the responsibility and saying, yes, this has happened and this is how we're taking care of it.
Oh.
Yeah. So it just that utterly just ticked me off like no tomorrow, because all schools, especially
Colleges.
love to hide when things happen as if things don't happen. We are aware that these things happen, hence why the Me Too movement is so big,
Yes.
These things happen. So when you are a college and you're sitting back, even though people are already hearing the stories, and not saying a word, acting like they didn't happen, or trying to pay off someone for it. I'm not saying the school I went to did that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, to silence someone. you look worse when you don't say anything.
Oh, for sure.
Man up. Say, we are aware of the situation, take care of the situation, and just be better. Like, simply just be better. Because when you're hiding, you look worse.
It's cowardly.
And I don't want to. It is. It's very cowardly and it's pathetic. And I just, oh man, it just makes me mad. When I heard these stories, and especially after hearing the one from a close friend of mine, and then hearing it from their own editor in chief, that they've had people come up to them telling their story, that pissed me off. I was like, seriously? Seriously? I can't even like verbalize my frustration with that.
I think Casper might be typing.
No, that's me.
Oh, okay, just checking.
I'm hitting my hands on my laptop because I'm so upset.
No, you're fine. But I do agree, and I can honestly say that I'm not surprised because that happens more often than not, especially with universities, because they're worried about their image, so that
Their
way
image.
people will want to go to school there and give them money. And that is just, I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you have a whole bunch of women that go to your school because they don't know that you have so many cases of sexual assault and abuse and whatever, and then they decide to group together and fucking start talking about everything that they've experienced at your school and tarnish your name anyway. I mean, like, that's the thing. I feel like as the university, you should take the forefront and take responsibility and be the ones to talk about it, because otherwise somebody else is going to talk about it, and then you're just going to have a bad rep anyway because then you hit it too. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're going to say that you hit it. I was going to say, if I had a choice between 2 or 3 different schools, well, we'll say 2, and one has no cases of anything, they seem like the perfect school, great education, great teachers, and never had anything negative happen other than one time a kid ran into the pole. Okay, like, I would be very, I would question it, because everyone is aware that this stuff happens. There's no way for us to ever have this not happen. Like, it's going to happen, unfortunately. There's no way around it. There are people out there who have bad intentions, and unfortunately, there will be victims.
Just go to a Midwest gas station.
There you go.
You get hit on instantly.
Oh god, I almost got picked up by a pimp. Yeah, that was fun.
What?
Yes, dude.
Was this
Were you not referencing that story?
No.
No, literally, that happened to me.
Well, I remember like somebody hit on you, but I didn't know they were like a pimp.
100%. There's no question about it. If you saw his car and the way he was dressed, yeah, pimp. But yeah, anyways, that does happen. But yeah, if I had a choice between 2 schools and one had no situations other than someone like getting into an accident or accidentally hitting a kid, I'd be questioning it. However, if the other school was like, oh, this is what we offer, we have a great education program, blah, 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 but they also had like articles where they have come out and said, this has happened. We had tons of rape cases and blah, 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 and this is how we handled it, and this is how it's being handled, and that we take it seriously, I will probably choose that school. Because I'm like, at least if something happened to me, it's going to be acknowledged and taken care of.
Exactly.
I would respect that school a lot more than the one that's quiet.
Me too.
So I'd be like, oh, they've had cases of rape and stuff at that school. I'd be thinking, a lot of other schools have that same exact problem. However, these guys are brave enough and don't care about the thought of image to actually, confront the issue and take actual action other than say, we have safe spaces.
Exactly. What a safe. Okay, no, I'm not gonna get into that. We're gonna be at this for a while, but
I never understood the safe spaces. I was like, what, you go there after it happened? Like, what do you want?
yeah, is that where you're supposed to safely emotionally process your trauma? I mean, there's a lot to unpack there at that point.
So, yeah. But yeah, there's just some things I had an issue with, so.
Well, I don't blame you. Everything you said I have an issue with. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah. I think Riley's upset I've had him trapped in here for an hour.
Oh, poor baby.
He's looking at me like, Mom, I want to go out. I know. Do you hear him?
Mm-mm.
His little snorts. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's doing a snorty thing. He's part pig.
He's so cute.
I know.
He's a sweet little dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so at the beginning we were talking about the other dog.
Yeah.
And in an old podcast, I said I went to go see a dog, and I said I wasn't sure because she was already 2. And I was like, I don't train at 2.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact, we got her.
Yeah. Side note.
I know, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got her, and guess who's doing all the training, even though I haven't started yet.
You know, speaking of
Yeah.
training, I have been cracking up at your parents cracking up at me at your graduation party whenever they were listening to our conversation, whenever we were in that circle by the front door before I left, and you were telling me about how your job was wanting you to train somebody, basically. And I was like, are they going to pay you extra for that? And you were like, no. And I was like, do you want me to go talk to Amanda? Because they should pay you extra for that. And your parents both started cackling from across the room. And I was like, yep, well, they know what kind of friend I am now.
Yeah, it's funny times.
But your dad, he was like, how does your husband feel about the fact that you guys are having a boy? And I was like, oh, well, he said, can't wait to have my football player. And your dad starts laughing. He goes, yep. When I was born, I thought I was going to be a football player, something else, and told me some story. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, my dad came out as a 10 close to 11 pound
That's
baby.
what he said.
So when my nanny gave birth to him, they were like, you got a football player on your hands. So then, of course, my nanny had got in her head that he was going to be a football player, but he was just a nerd.
I'm having issues or I get stuck or something and I need help. I was like, I'm going to end up calling Shelby. And your mom was like, oh, you know she'd be there for you. It was really cute. I was like, well, yeah, that's why I would call Shelby and not anyone else. Out of the point. But oh, and I was telling Emily, I was no, was it Emily or was it Jamie? I think it was actually Jamie. I was like, it's so funny because you were over there playing with Alyssa's nephew. Oh, what's his name?
Dude.
Huh?
Dude.
Yes, and you were helping him unwrap the presents and stuff, and he was so cute. And the way that you were handling it was very cute. And I was like, she was over there playing with him so well, and here she is worried about me making her the godmother of my kid. And I was like, it's so funny because she got so stressed out when I told her that. She was like, well, your whole family would have to die, and his whole family would have to die first before I would be in charge. That's a lot of people to go through, so that's okay.
Yeah. I was like, I would do it, but
this cracks me up. Jamie, I don't know if she knew what to make of that. She was just like, okay. It's weird.
I don't think she hasn't been around kids a lot, kind of like me, and same with Alyssa. So, like, we don't have a lot of experience with kids. I'm okay with Jude because I've known Jude since he was born, and I know how he is. So I already know his personality. So
he is an entertainer, that little one.
He is like crazy, but I never held Jude or anything. I just watched him grow up, and then when he started walking and grabbing fingers, I started like playing with him a little bit, but not like extremely, you know. And so I just kind of got used to him.
That makes sense.
But since he kind of like does his own thing, you know, it makes it very easy to get along with that kid. And that's something funny though that Brandon figured out, her boyfriend that came with her. So after I unwrap my package, Brandon comes over and looks at the box.
Oh my god,
goes,
it says graduation plaque on the box. I almost told you that while you were opening it, but I didn't know how to say something in front of everybody. Because I was literally reading it and I was like, what do I say? Like, how do I Shelby, it says it on the box. Like, I didn't want to be like embarrass you or put you on the spot because you were already on the spot, and I was like, I don't know what to say, but it says right there. Oh my god, I felt so bad.
It's okay. I already knew I was going to open it fully just so everyone could see it, so I didn't really care. Okay. Because I kind of saw it a little bit when I opened it, but yeah, it's fine. But no, that's not it. Brandon grabbed the box, and he goes, "You're not going to believe this." And I go, "What?" And he said, "This number down here says 366. This is the truck that I load."
What?
I was like, there's no way. He's like, yeah, I'm being dead serious. I was like, what a coincidence.
Wow, so he loaded your package onto the truck to be delivered?
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. I was like, we definitely live in a small town when that happens, so.
I will say, I was glad to see how excited you were when I walked in the door, because I was afraid that you were gonna see everybody's cars and you were gonna know that I was coming. It's like, oh fuck, it's not even
Well,
try.
I wasn't sure if you were, like friend wise. I had the feeling because of my family, but that's just because I'm around them all the time, and the way they were acting was kind of strange. And then I keyed in
Your
on
mom
some
was gonna give
clues.
it away. I've been telling Nick since I found out. I was like, her mom is gonna say something and Shelby's gonna start questioning shit. And that's exactly what fucking happened. You came over. You're like, my mom's being weird, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I played it off well. You had no idea I knew, so I guess that was good. But who? Well, Alyssa.
I mean, I didn't really gauge it until the day of, because I was like, why is my mom curling her hair when she has to be somewhere at like 5 in the morning? I was like, she usually puts it back in a ponytail. And then my dad started getting around midday, and I was like, yeah, no.
You know, Alyssa texted me about it like May 3rd, so I had known about it for a couple weeks by the time you had asked me about it. So I was like, I don't know, sounds weird. It sounds like your mom's being weird. I don't know. Crazy. Wonder what it could be.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I thought it was sweet though that Alyssa did that.
Yeah. That's what my mom, she talked to me about that when we were walking outside to get the cars. She was like, just let you know, that was all Alyssa that did this. And I was like, okay. Because she knows Alyssa and I have been kind of button heads. Well, more like I've been button heads with her.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if she listens to this, oh well. But
I can cut it out.
just, I don't care either way. Just, I guess I was just getting irritable. I think that's what it mainly was, because of school and stuff.
Well, and you
just
guys have
certain
been friends for a
things.
long time, and there's a lot of room there to find things to get irritated about. I get it, because I've had a friend for 10 years and same shit happens to me.
Yeah. And like I told my mom, I was like, it's more of like a sister kind of thing
Mhm.
where, there's little things that they do that just irritate you. And I'm like, I'm sure there's things I do to her that irritate her, because there's things where I do and I'm like, she's probably irritated with that. But it's me, so she has to live with it. So yeah, that's just the way I see it. That's funny.
So, just a quick question. Have you decided if you're gonna put in an application at the Ozark Center, or?
I want to. I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what they offer, because they offer a lot, but right now they don't have anything where I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
And a lot of them also work with kids, and we all know how that's going to go. Um,
I honestly
so
think you're better with kids than you think you are.
tolerant of them. I don't. For me, I'm not comfortable. Well, I mean, like Jude is a different situation, but when you're talking about like the kids I worked at Turnaround Ranch, I got used to them, but was I comfortable? Did I feel safe? No.
So you would rather deal with like adults? Is that what you're saying?
With adults with like drug problems or alcohol problems, and like help them start their career and stuff like that, like getting jobs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. For now, just to kind of get my foot in the door. Because they also will work a lot with autism, and yeah, and which is great.
But
But
you're not specified anything like that, are you?
no, and I don't feel comfortable enough in my own ability, especially since I don't have any experience with people with who are on the spectrum. So I prefer not to work.
I think you have
with
to
them.
have a certain certificate in order to work with people on the spectrum.
A lot of like off. I think you do it through training.
Okay.
Yeah. So. But yeah.
I was just
So
curious.
yeah, I just want to. Yeah, I thought about maybe just becoming a case manager for a bit for adults. So. I might do
Anything to
that.
get your
I don't
foot in
know.
the door, because I mean, once you're already there, you can probably talk to whomever about doing a different position.
Right.
So
They said that they when they came and talked to us at one of our classes, they said pretty much everyone comes in thinking they want to work with a certain category of people, but then they end up moving, and like a year later we move them. So, yeah, which is nice.
And then that means raises too, probably. So I mean, there's that.
Oh.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and come back next week for probably something completely different.